internets, it's Jake, and this is Mini Terrain Domain presents All That Glitters, a Waterdeep Dragon Heist campaign happening every Monday night right here on MTD. We live stream 8:30 p.m. Eastern every Monday, and then the videos are available on YouTube on Wednesdays. This game is, or rather this session is episode 8 of our ongoing campaign in the official Dungeons & Dragons Waterdeep Dragon Heist campaign, as dungeon mastered by this guy right over here, who I'm going to throw it to in just a moment. Real quick, if you take a look down at the bottom of the screen, you can see a little scrolling text explaining what domain dragons are, and you can see them right down here under Mike. Mike's pointing at them. These cool little items are ways that you, as audience members, can influence the campaign in subtle ways by giving us players divine interventions. We can spend a domain die, or domain dragon in this case, to re-roll a d20 and take the new roll. Or we can force our DM, and he loves it when we do this, to re-roll one of his d20 rolls. I think he just doesn't like that I turn the tables on him, because those guys burn through some domain dice on our Sunday night game in which Mike and Megan are players. But Megan really needed a domain die. Fortunately, he had inspiration. If you want to know what I'm talking about, you can check out the Jolt of Personality that happens right here on Monday nights, or the birthplace of the domain die, the Sunless Citadel, on Thursday nights. But that's not why we're here. We're here so that I can play as 6 Days Until Summer, the Tabaxi Bard. Dungeon mastered by Mike the Piper. Mike, please, introduce me in the way that I deserve.
And I'm unmuted. I know. I got to a point where it was so bad, I was running a campaign that I would constantly be talking while I was muted, and then I had to keep giving them stuff. So I should have learned from that, but you'd think, right? Hello, everyone, and welcome to session number 8 of All That Glitters. I am Mike. I am the Dungeon Master for this evening. You can find me like right up there where it says at Mike the Piper. I also have a YouTube channel, which one day I'll put some more videos on. One day. Don't rush me. You know the boss of me. Actually, you are technically, because you're the anyway. I'm playing as every single NPC villain, rando individual and person who mistakens our next person for their dead grandma, and that's going to be the crafting muse. Whoops. I got it right. Ha.
Hi. Hello. So I'm V. I am the crafting muse, and I hope everyone's having a great evening. I am back from PAX Unplugged, which was fantastic. It was wonderful. I'm exhausted, but I am so excited to play tonight. So really looking forward to playing Kiara. She is a cleric, and she loves to honor her Timora, and I'm very interested to see where we're going tonight. Let's put it that way after the last session. You get the thing.
And next we zip down to wait. Dwight. Oh man,
that took a lot of hand-eye coordination, Mike.
It so much brain power.
It really did.
So hey everybody, I'm Dwight. You can find me on Twitter at Big Bearded Nerd. I am playing Bevyn Wiseacre, a human rogue who is up to no good at various points in the story. Likes to pick fights with smug gangsters from time to time, and So we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to seeing where we continue to go here. So that's all I got. I got nothing tonight.
All right. Well, next up we got Anna, who's totally not a murderer in any way, shape, or form, right, Megan?
Nope. Not even a little bit. Hey everyone, I'm Megan. I am one half of the YouTube channel Dice on Ice. You can also find me wherever it is on the screen on Twitter, where we will be starting to be more active because we have some very exciting news coming in the new year. So everyone can hold me to it. So there we go. And tonight I will be playing Anna. So I'm very interested to see what she does because I don't even know.
And I guess the guy who runs everything and is essentially the most powerful and greatest of all bards, Tabaxi and Non.
That was one heck of an introduction. I am MTD Jake, MTD_Jake on the Twitters, and of course I run this channel on Twitch and the Mini Terrain Domain YouTube channel where we run D&D, 3 different D&D campaigns. I play in different campaigns. Usually I'm playing in campaigns of some of my other players, including this one. And I'm so happy to only be here as a player and producer and let Mike take the reins. So let's do this.
That is foolish. But all right, let's do this. As you watch Kiara, Ingra kind of storm away, you are left in the middle of the road, or at least the middle of Troll Skull Alley, with kind of people kind of looking at you strange ever so slightly, as you had a bit of a dust up with a cleric of Lathander, which is kind of not something generally one does, because they are known for their goodness and kindness. So I mean, it's a thing. And you are left now with a kind of subtle chilled wind kind of moving through the alley. What would you like to do?
I'm going to head back to Nobody's Inn.
And so as you continue walking, as you continue walking back to the inn, what are the rest of you doing?
I'm trying to remember exactly what we were doing.
Not a problem.
When we left off.
Oh yeah, that's
because
actually
the whole last part of the last session was primarily Kiara talking to the woman. So
okay,
and I think we were all just kind of hanging out at the place with the knowledge of what Anna had said
in the tavern.
Yeah,
that is very, very true. Sure, I'll do. Yeah, really quickly. I'll just really quickly summarize, and I apologize for that one. So yeah, Anna had just laid on a doozy onto all of you. Lif, this ghost that has been haunting somewhat angrily, especially towards Anna. We have realized that Anna had taken Lif's life. It was a lot harder to say than it sounds. And the priestess of Lathander, Ingra, a dwarven woman, has unfortunately heard everything due to a lack of insulation. Hey, Waterdeep, get on that. So rightfully, she's very upset and has said that she will not help rid the tavern of this entity, and as such, she is left in a huff, and you are now left kind of hanging on, figuring out what you need to do next. So as the three of you are kind of standing there probably both in shock. And Anna, of course, well, not in shock because she's the one that said it. What's going through your head, Bevyn? Oh, thank God it's not just me.
Muted, Dwight.
There we go. So Bevyn has kind of he's after Anna made her revelation. Bevyn just kind of sat down at the bar to compose his thoughts for a second, but then he's just going to turn to Anna. Anna, is this something? Is this a deal breaker for you here? Are you going to be able to? If we're going to stay here, we got to figure this out. Is this something you're going to be able to do?
What you mean?
We got to deal with this. We're going to have to. I mean, I don't know much about spirits and ghosts, but we got to make it right. I don't see how we stay here. I think we either go or we deal with it.
Well, what am I supposed to say? Sorry, I killed you. My bad.
Well, might be a place to start. He clearly wants something. Maybe we should try to find out what.
I think we should figure out what to do about that woman.
You're not seriously trying to put this on the woman.
No, I'm saying she knows. If she knows, it's only a matter of time.
Did you not already tell me that this, when I warned you of the legal implications, did you not already tell me that you had faced trial for this? That you had been, I think you said the charges were dismissed, but not for the others. Yes?
Right.
Then somebody already knows. So why are you concerned about this one woman? That she knows what horrible, awful, disgusting thing you have done.
They didn't know that I plunged the knife. I was just there. That was it.
You know, Bevyn, I think you made a very good point. I think Anna needs to. I think Anna, you need to apologize to this Leaf. I think you need to. How does the saying go? Face your demons, or in this case, your specter, ghost, or whatever it may be. I think you need to go upstairs. You need to talk to this ghost. Have it out with him in a way you obviously did not see fit to have with him when he was living.
I still don't understand what that will fix. If
But
I was murdered,
I know
I'd
that
be
if you had,
pissed.
I know that if you had pissed me off, eventually I would be better if you apologized. Now, I'm not saying that if you kill me, I'm going to let this go. But what I'm saying is this is a very angry individual. Somebody you have angered. So much so to the point that they have to linger around in this world and not go on to whatever afterlife may await them. That's bound to have some pent-up anger.
Right. Well, and if he decides that the only way is to kill me, then what?
Well, I won't let that happen.
Sure. I mean, if he I'm not saying that we would let him kill you, but if he did, it would be a justified eye for an eye, as they say. But I'm with Bevyn, I guess. We'll not let this ghost kill you. But you should definitely face up against this ghost. You should... wait a minute. Anna. Have you ever... Do you actually know how to apologize to a person? Is this something is this a new concept for you? Is this why it is so difficult?
I apologize to that guy for flipping him off.
Well, what you did was a very half-assed attempt, as if somebody described an apology to you, and you were only half listening and then tried to emulate. From my perspective, it's only my opinion.
Listen, I don't understand what good apologies do. What's done is done. Can't be undone with a few words. No matter how meaningful the person is.
An apology is not for you. The apology is for the person you have offended.
Offended's putting it lightly.
Indeed.
Look, Anna. I think we got two choices here. We can pack up and go, or we can try and deal with this. If you want to go, I'll go with you. But I feel like this is something we can deal with.
Anna just kind of nods. All right. But when I go talk to him, we better have a plan for how we're going to deal with that priestess. Deal?
Deal?
We'll talk after the apology. Do you want us up there with you? These ghosts seem to be really focused on the common room up there. Perhaps if Bevyn and I, and if Kiara returns anytime soon, we can hang out in the den, or I could hide out in the den on the other side of the fireplace and block it and make sure the ghost doesn't get away. Or you attack it with your vicious apology. Or do you want us to wait down here where apparently we're going to be able to hear everything anyway?
Well, I don't even know the first step to talking with...
I told you she had no idea how to apologize. Anna,
Well, that...
I walk over to one of the tables and I grab two of the chairs and arrange them so one is facing the other one.
Sure. It is about this time, Kiara, that you get to the door and push it open. Seeing 6 days into summer, grabbing two chairs and kind of facing them front. I'm assuming very serious looking. And Anna, of course, probably standing there rolling her eyes. And Bevyn, I don't know, just being cool. Because Bevyn.
Anna, you sit down here in this chair. I will sit here in this chair.
Anna just begins to shake her head.
Bevyn,
I'm not...
Can you make her sit down?
No.
She does kind of sit, but she just kind of slouches and she looks at you. Aren't we wasting time? Shouldn't I be going up there?
I want to make sure you actually know how to make an apology.
So that's what we're up to now, trying to get her to apologize.
Ah, yes. This was what we thought maybe perhaps would be the best. Anna would apologize to the ghost for taking his life, And then perhaps everything would be good. Maybe not. Maybe the ghost kills her. I don't know. But I'm convinced Anna does not know the first thing about apology.
A very keen observation on your point. I will give you that one, 6, but it better be a very good apology based on what Ingra was telling me on her way out.
So wait, there is new information.
So, just tell me, so 6, you're going to sit directly opposite of Anna.
Yes, I had already sat down, and apparently she sat kind of slouchy in front of me.
Okay.
Anna, you have wronged me in a most horrific way. You have done me a great injustice, and I am so angry at you. Make this right. Apologize.
Well, that depends. What did I do?
I don't think it really matters. You insulted my wardrobe.
And she looks to Kiara, and she just like, I can't.
It doesn't matter that you didn't exactly agree with his fashion sense. What matters is that you hurt his feelings, as basic as that might sound.
I make a show of sitting there cross-armed and kind of holding my nose up, and I'm waiting. Apologies should not take this long.
I apologize for telling you the truth about your horrible fashion.
And Bevyn just lets out a little bit of a chuckle in the corner.
That's only going to encourage her.
That was a wonderful start. You apologized. You took ownership for what it was. Was it so hard to do? Although
No.
I did not detect a lot of emotion.
Can we just get this over with? The more we wait, the
Bevyn,
more time.
Kiara, do you think that Anna is ready to face the ghost?
Tell you what, you're not going to get a leopard to change its spots this late in the game. She's got to do what she's got to do, and she's got to do it now.
I'm not sure how, but I feel like this leopard comment was somehow directed at me. I'm going to let that go.
6, you, for just a moment, kind of close your eyes. Your head kind of kneels down a little. Your eyes open again. They seem vibrant. This beautiful kind of almost like a green, like flecked with hazel. 6, whose character I'm just going to borrow for a moment, crosses his arms. So, what is it you would like to say to me?
Six? She's looking kind of confused at Bevyn and Kiara.
I believe we have someone taking up residence in our friend. Hello, Liv.
And 6 kind of just has a slight bow and returns back to folding his arms and staring directly at you, Anna.
Thought I'd have a few seconds to prepare. Suppose not.
I thought I would have a few seconds to enjoy an entire life. an entire life of running a tavern, something that I love, but that was taken away from me in just a few seconds. I had hopes and I had dreams for this place. I worked up from nothing. I worked up from the field district. You know the field district. It is a place of rampant poverty. It is a place of sadness, where the lowest live no better than rats. God, I suddenly feel hungry. Damn tabaxis. You understand that I built myself up from little. I bought this place in the North Ward of all places. And I wanted to turn this into something that I loved, and then you took it away from me. Just like that. And for what? A handful of silver? Is that what you truly wanted, was simply a handful of silver? You?
There is no excuse for what I did. And Anna would look up, but down quickly, unable to meet the eyes. It all happened so fast.
Yes, it did.
I was scared and I was stupid. But that shouldn't have been. It's not an excuse.
No, it is not.
I am sorry for what I did. And I wish that it hadn't have been like that.
Unfortunately, it was. And unfortunately, I paid the price. But this place is no longer mine. It is now yours. I will watch you, all of you. I want to see the same love that you had for money, for fame, your God, for power. I want to see the same love that you would put into everything else you put into here. Make this place a shining beacon again for me, because I cannot. And I will watch you. Within reason, of course. I mean, I'm not disgusting. But I will watch, and I will make sure that you can turn this place into more than even what I have been. I will forgive you, but I will not forget, and neither should you. For all that was taken from me, know this and understand, when you take a life, you're not just taking someone's heartbeat away. You're taking everything that they are to someone else away. Any pain that you cause with a dagger is insignificant compared to the pain that you cause so many others. Knife in a chest, a stone in a pond. Ripples. I will return this one back. It's starting to get agitated. And
Let's-
6. Oh, yep, go ahead. It's like, breaks.
You are a better man than even the highest of nobles, and I regret it so much. If there's anything I can do to make this right, please let me know. That's it.
And 6, you take a deep breath in. Your world just kind of pops back into existence, as if you were just kind of like out for a second.
Look, Anna, if you want to gain any headway with these ghosts, you're going to have
Already
to
done,
apologize like you mean it.
6.
This is not going to just solve itself.
6, she did it already.
It's already
I'm
done.
sorry, what?
The apology's been made. And rather well.
So Bevyn's just he's gonna walk up from the bar. He's just kind of looking at Anna, kind of like, tilting his head, looking around. Son of a bitch. Spots look different than they did a minute ago. Just kind of taps Anna on the shoulder, nods, and kind of walks back to the bar. Hold on.
Somebody's really going to have to explain something to me.
You are an
I may
exceptional
have
host.
taken a cat nap there for a moment.
You are an exceptional host for Lith. Let's put it that way.
Six puzzles over this for just a moment, unable to quite wrap his head around what happened, but in that unique Tabaxi way, after a moment, nobody else seems concerned about it. I'm not concerned about it anymore either. Although I'm still keeping an eye on Anna. Can I roll an insight just to see as I'm staring at Anna if there's any kind of change in her demeanor or anything?
Ever.
Yeah, I don't know shit.
It's that feline apathy. It's like the most powerful thing in the universe.
6 has a ridiculously low intelligence and wisdom. Well, not ridiculous. It is pretty low intelligence and relatively low wisdom, so he's not one to really notice things that don't directly involve himself.
Fair. The moment of awkward silence is actually kind of broken by a scratching at the door.
I'm going to answer it.
Well, actually, as you open up the door, a small white form darts in and kind of moves around through some tables and leaps up on top of another table and like knocks over a few chairs and kind of scratches. You can hear it scratching the floor, like, when a cat or a dog kind of loses traction for a moment, and it's just scratching to gather momentum. And then it comes like straight back to you. And you see, Kiara, it's a little white fox with a note in its mouth.
Oh, that's a good little wisp. Now you need to make sure I get that, please. And I'm going to bend down and take it from him.
And it lets go after a moment. It's just feeling a little rambunctious, and it bounds off for a moment, but then you can see it kind of harden, like begin to kind of stiffen up its whole body, and then it begins to shrink down into this small little bone fox figurine, like a white alabaster kind of figurine, just kind of like just rolls, kind of just rolls across the table and kind of like lands right by a table leg.
I'm going to pick it up and put it into its little black pouch and put it back into my pocket. Special delivery?
And you see a wax seal on the back of this letter, and it has the symbol of a crown with in red wax, a crown kind of on the back of what looks to be like a my heraldry is really weak, but I think it's party perfess, which is like the kind of like checkered, so like 2 of one thing and then 2 of like looks to be like lines. Can't remember the name of it, and I know someone in chat who's way cooler than me is going to tell me. So yeah, that's what you see on the back, kind of sealing up the letter. I'm assuming as you pop it open, you just read a very quick note, impeccable handwriting. It simply says, at Yawning Portal, from now, 2 bells until late, and then it just says JS.
Well, it appears that Mr. Silvermane is at the Yawning Portal presently and shall be there for an extended period of time. And lucky for us, we've brought some resolution to our current situation. Would anyone care to join me? I certainly intend to go speak with him.
He seemed a very interesting fellow. I very much wanted to see what he had to offer.
Would either of you care to join?
I could use a drink, sure.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, let me just go put something upstairs, and I'll be presently back down with you, and we can head right out. Unless there's something else you wanted to do beforehand.
I look around at the still dusty and in disrepair tavern. There's nothing keeping us here at the moment. Mike, would having this whole ordeal, or not ordeal, just the whole situation, would enough time have passed to have counted as a short rest?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I might be the only one that's wounded.
As a matter of fact, if anything, you can even count it as a long rest and kind of bolster your self back up, because it's not like you were doing anything strenuous. Well, as opposed to,
being possessed.
Being possessed. Well, possession. I mean, how tiring is that, right? It's not like you were possessed and then went on like a 12K run or something. That would have been awkward. So you all begin to make your way down to the YP, and it takes a little while, a good 20 minutes or so. As you open the door to the Yawning Portal, you see the place is relatively busy. All the tables are generally are pretty much filled up. Bonnie, one of the servers, is running around from table to table. As she looks at the 4 of you, she kind of waves and smiles and kind of gives you a quick standard greeting. She moves from table, and you also see Bevyn. You see Davil Starsong sitting there with a few other individuals that you have never seen before, and they're talking kind of really, really close. Whatever they're saying, it's. I mean, obviously they're trying not to let anyone else hear, but they're kind of speaking in low hushed tones, hunched over and talking. And then, of course, you also see Gillester Silvermane in his kind of silver plate, very, very like buffed or shiny, polished, I should say. And he's currently sitting down, looking very grim. And seeing the four of you, he kind of nods his head, holds up a tankard, and kind of raises up a hand to get Bonnie's attention. She comes by with some drinks, and he motions you to sit down.
I'll sit down.
Thank you for your response. I do appreciate your getting back to me so quickly.
It's my pleasure. I hope you don't mind ale. I didn't know what you liked, but I figured every adventurer likes ale.
Oh, it's perfectly fine. Thank you for considering us before arriving.
Naturally. I appreciate you coming this time to actually see me. I have no reason to try and speak around this, so I'll speak plainly. The Lord's Alliance has seen what you can do, and they've also seen the things that you have done. You've taken out some Xanathars, you've removed a Zentarum threat, and so we are offering you membership into the Lord's Alliance group.
Well, I must say that's quite flattering that you're considering us for it, and a little bit surprising as well.
How so?
Well, I certainly don't consider myself the adventurer type who would be noticed, quite frankly.
Well, rescuing Renar Neverember is also a very big deal. As a matter of fact, wouldn't be surprised if you had invitations from every single faction in this damnable city.
Then you say you're fully aware of everything?
Well, essentially, yes. We work closely with the City Guard and the City Watch. We are the protectorate of Waterdeep. We work closely with many other cities all along the Sword Coast. From places from Silvery Moon to Baldur's Gate, Daggerford, Mirabar, Longsaddle, Mithril Hall, you name it. We all come together to ensure that the protection of the Sword Coast, we protect each other. So we look out for each other. And the fact that you've helped people here and even rescued a high-ranking noble, it would make sense that we should offer you the chance to work with our organization.
How much does it pay?
Whoa, that was all. That was in stereo. Well, understand that you will receive renown, and if you mean what assistance we can provide for you, which is understandable, we will ensure that the City Watch is notified whenever you are on official business, and they will provide support when needed. If you are in need of information or help, we can put you in touch with Mert, who is an advisor to Lady Laryl, and as I am also an advisor to Lady Laryl, can also provide whatever information or knowledge you may need. In certain extenuating circumstances, there's also a chance that you may speak to Lady Silverhand herself, should times require it. However, she's very busy, which I think you can understand.
Well, of course, but I'm assuming that this reciprocity is something that shall remain provided everything is fully on the up and up, or is this something where if circumstances come up, a blind eye will be turned?
We would much rather you did not break the law within Waterdeep. However, if something were to happen, I'm sure that some arrangements could be made. However, if you tend to use this as an excuse for an free and open attack on whoever or whatever you wish, then no, we will turn a blind eye, and we will most certainly disavow any information that you've even been a part of the Lord's Alliance.
How soon would you want an answer?
As soon as possible, if you so desire.
But there's no pressure and there's no obligation to accept, correct?
There is not. However, I do feel strongly that this would be a very good place for at least one of you. And only because familial engagement previously have been very important in the Lord's Alliance. And his eyes kind of like go to his ale, and then they kind of go to you, Anna.
Well, thanks for the offer, but I'm all right. Those stuffy uniforms, not really my thing.
It's all right, Anna.
Well, they may not have been your thing. They definitely were your father's thing.
Don't know what you're talking about. Sorry.
It's okay, Anna. I've heard that the Lord's Alliance are a bunch of Boy Scouts who are out of touch with the people.
She kind of like smirks at that and looks back to Silvermane.
If you wish to join, then join. If you don't wish to join, then enjoy your beverage.
So, Bevyn just chugs the rest of his and nods like a thanks, and then gets up and walks away from the table.
And he gives you a curt nod. And how about the rest of you?
Anna would get up and follow after Bevyn.
All right.
Styx would get up and follow after Anna.
And that just leaves one.
Mr. Silvermane, as you can see from the actions of my companions, I think their minds are already made up elsewhere.
I understand.
And I do appreciate your consideration. Very much.
Well, it is unfortunate. I was really hoping the young woman would join up, at least consider it.
I think you and I can both agree that while she might be the product of one person, she may not exactly walk in their footsteps, so.
Maybe so, but her father was a dear, great member of the Lord's Alliance.
So you knew her family?
Partially. Keep in mind, though, that they also kept to themselves. They were called upon only when needed. And there was no contact outside of several channels, secondary, tertiary. We knew
Well-
of them. We just didn't know who they were.
Speaking as one where discretion was rather key in my own upbringing and lifestyle, I can certainly respect that. Which I'm sure you are more than aware of, which is why I'm afraid I am going to have to turn down your offer.
No, I understand completely. Besides, to be perfectly honest, between you and I, Mert already made this bet, and I knew he was going to win.
Well, he did sort of have the advantage, didn't he?
He did. Opera, I know.
Oh, not the opera. God, no. That was horrible.
It was, yes, I know. I came down with a sudden case of, don't give a fuck, and I just didn't go.
It's funny how that can hit so suddenly, isn't it?
Yes, horrible.
But also quite convenient.
Indeed. Well then, I shall allow you to get with your friends, and I wish you well, and hopefully your crimes don't,
Catch up with us.
Indeed.
Well, at least not my... I don't even think I have specific crimes at this point, but again, thank you for your time, and at least you tried.
Indeed. Farewell. And he goes back to drinking.
And I'll walk behind the people who have left.
Kind of running up with your tankard, kind of walk drinking really, really fast when you're trying to
Oh,
leave.
no, I've left the ale on the table. Nope.
Oh, that's a spirit.
In the meantime, are Bevyn, Anna, and I just walking around the bar?
I mean, either you're walking around the bar or you've actually just left the bar. So
I guess that's up to Bevyn since I was following Bevyn and I'm following.
Kind of how that's working.
Definitely walked outside, so I'm out the door. So I'll just be hanging out on the stoop, maybe.
Just like on this, like just outside of the.
Just waiting to see if intention was to get out of the bar, and if anybody follows along, then cool. If not, he'll be on his way.
Okay. As you're sitting on the stoop, you're just watching carriages go by, just kind of like, kind of looking out, kind of in the grand scheme of things, city and all the people walking past. Make me a perception check.
Ooh, 12.
Are you rolling a geometric cannonball? Because I'm telling you,
I remember he bought those Coheed and Camry.
Oh, that's right.
So that's what it sounds like when you roll dice.
Clearly.
If Zach's still in the chat.
So sorry, what did you get?
12.
Okay, all right. So you don't even notice the crossbow bolt hitting you in the neck. No. So as time passes, you kind of wander or kind of like look around and stuff. Anna, you eventually go through the door and you see Bevyn sitting there on the stoop.
Anna would kind of sit next to him and take out her dagger and just begin kind of playing around with it in her hand.
Fucking Boy Scouts.
Could you imagine someone like you and I being part of the god?
I don't think we can sell renown.
Oh,
Don't like I like shiny things, but not the stuff you wear. Stuff you put in a pocket. Sell to a fence.
could you imagine if Edmund saw us like that? He'd have a fit.
Right. Oh. So so 6 has not come out yet, right?
I think that at that point, 6 would probably be just walking out.
Okay.
Just casually meandering out.
Before I just, excuse me. I realized that sounded like I was trying to say something on the down low. Before I come out, before I come out of the yawning portal, or as I come out on the street, is this like a bustling part of town? There a lot going on?
Yeah, this is the Castle Ward. There's quite a bit of stuff going on, like everywhere.
Are there street performers?
You don't really see very many street performers and especially at this kind of time of the year, because it's colder and it's a little bit what's the best word? It's cold, it's damp. Instruments don't really do well in this kind of weather, especially, I mean, all those made of wood. So I mean, you don't really see.
Not all performance requires a musical instrument.
True.
So I'm just gonna step outside here, and while they're talking, I just want to do a little bit of busking, a little hustle. I'm going to, if I can find a spot out in front of the yawning portal where there's some space around me, I want to just start doing fancy footwork, tumbles and rolls, while sort of shadow sword fighting kind of thing. And as I'm doing this, I'm just going to do that.
So while as Bevyn notices that this is going on, he just kind of nudges Anna with his elbow and points, just kind of chuckles and shakes his head.
Roll me a performance check.
And as I start this, I take my hat off and kind of place it off to the side on the ground, upside down, in typical street performer fashion. Performance, you say?
Oh, yes.
With a natural 20, that is a 25.
All right. No, you know what? Only 6 days into summer can explain what 6 days into summer does.
So 6 just starts off kind of lightly. It starts as a little bit of light footwork, and then I pull my rapier out and give it a quick, and then just kind of flick my hat off and set it down on the ground, kind of take a bow, start doing all these increasingly quicker and quicker moves that ends with me running at the edge of the yawning portal, like the porch or whatever, like a beam or the wall or something, and kind of do one of those run up the wall part way, backflip, and in slow motion land light as a feather. As midway through, I cast Featherfall on myself at the peak of my jump so that I land light as a feather in a bow. And that is my performance.
That was really nice. Let's have a quick look here, because I just rolled. From that, but actually, I'm not gonna roll. Let's let someone else roll. No, not you, 6. Bevyn. No, Anna. Roll me a d20.
Out of 5.
Okay. Fair enough. Multiply that, and multiplying that by 5, you gain 25 silver pieces.
Respectable.
That's pretty respectable. Because keep in mind, I mean, people aren't going to throw dragons into your hat for a performance. I mean, that's like watching a person playing guitar on the side of a road with like a guitar case full of hundreds. Like, you're just not going to see that. Well, I mean,
one day. As I scoop up my hat and the 25 silver pieces, I just muttered to myself, one day, these will all be gold dragons.
So while 6 is performing, this being my first chance to talk with Anna at all since my encounter a couple sessions ago. I'm just going to use Thieves' Cant to kind of just signal to her and the encounter that I had with the Zentarum, the invitation to the Zentarum. Again, just kind of laughing off the invite to the Lord's Alliance, but letting her know that we may have an in with the Zentarum and to think it over.
Anna, as soon as your message crosses, Anna just looks at you like wide-eyed in almost this awe. No shit.
And Bevyn just cracks a smile and just nods, and then, but tries to look nonchalant about it, but there's definitely a hint of excitement there for him.
Yeah, and I think that Anna would match his smile and would just kind of nod. But she would kind of like tap back. I wonder what Kiara and Six would think about that.
And Bevyn's response is they'd have to know about it first.
Right.
And I'll ask too. Do you think we should tell them?
Six would have a fit.
Yep, usually does.
Which is not new. But Kiara, I don't know about her. But probably for the best if we didn't.
At least not right away.
Let's see how lucrative they are.
It's a good place to start. Don't have to tie knots.
You can see that Anna is just kind of, she's just getting kind of excited. She's kind of shifting around in her seat, like a child waiting for a ride, and like at an amusement park, and she's just kind of shifting her weight. And when are we gonna get in?
Wanted to talk to you first, but seems pretty clear what your answer is. We can next time we get a chance to slip away, we'll go talk to him, see how we get started.
All right. Yeah.
And Kiara, you had sent a message to Mert already, have you not?
No.
Okay. And what about you, Six? Now that you've done your Uber performance,
I had sent my response to Mert. And I think in lieu of fully knowing what to do or where to go to get started as a harper, I think Six is always kind of just on the lookout. Like, not really sure what he's expecting, but kind of the way things have been going, I'm just kind of waiting for somebody to look like they're approaching me with a mission or a job or something.
all right. So as you finish with a flourish, Kiara, you walk out just as you see 6 days into summer, either doing something really amazing with his sword or having a seizure. You're not really sure which. But as he kind of finishes up, some people clap, and you assume he did something kind of neat that you missed. But and now the four of you are together. Well, three of you are together. One of you is just showing the hell off.
So I'm gonna look over at Six and then look to Bevyn and Anna. Well, it's an all around for the Boy Scouts, who quite frankly look great in uniform, but that's about all they're good for when they're in them.
And
Much
that's
attention
why
from-
we love Waterdeep.
Well, do we want to hang around, or do we have business elsewhere?
By this point, I would have picked up my hat, pocketed my coins, and seen Kiara there. So have you decided to join the Waterdeep's elite, the Lord's Alliance?
I've joined with a few of them, but it was never worth it.
I meant, are you going to join their faction?
No.
Good. I guess I should probably tell you, because I don't think I did. But I have already accepted Mart's offer.
Well, quite frankly, that's not much of a surprise. You were rather enthusiastic.
It is very well known that storytellers, musicians, and performers such as myself are very commonly members of the Harper's organization, or so I am told. So it seems only a natural fit. And perhaps I can find us some work that we could do that would probably be less illegal than some other activities we could partake of. And it could earn us some more gold to line our pockets with, and perhaps to put some money into the Nobody's Inn.
Which, quite frankly, very much has its appeal, because I don't know about you, but I would like to kind of make Liv happy about how we're doing with things.
I think he would have been happier if Anna had apologized to him to his face, but I will take I will take your word.
You really don't remember a thing, do you?
Well, technically, she apologized to Liv to Six's face.
It was odd to do that.
I mean, that is what we call role-playing. I hear that there are, in some taverns, they make games out of this.
Permanent disadvantage.
After some of the jokes you pull as a player, Mike.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, fair. I'll let this one slide. Just this once.
We should do something. Well, Liv, other than just the tavern, like a memorial or something. A plaque. I don't know. Whatever people do.
Wait a minute.
Oh, no.
People in the neighborhood, they knew this Liv, yes? Kiara, did you not get the sense that other people remembered Liv fondly in the neighborhood? Oh. V's
Your
pulling
turn.
a Mike / Scotty.
Whoa.
Nope, your mic's not working. Did you get unplugged?
Did your tiny razor kitty?
Kiara has mysteriously lost her voice. Ursula has taken it.
Whoa.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Sir.
Okay. Zoom just decided to hiccup on me. I had to toggle.
Oh, weird.
Very weird. It just did an update too. It's probably that. So, considering the numerous cold shoulders I just received a little bit earlier, I'd say Liv was rather well known amongst the community there. Yes.
So, what if we continue with what we are trying to do to get the money to fix up the Nobody's Inn, and then we have a grand opening. And we have this grand opening, but it is also, as Anna has said, a memorial to the life of Lif. We make the entire evening all about this Lif. We invite everybody in the neighborhood, all of the people that knew him. And we let people come up and share their memories of this person. And it will all be to honor the previous owner while saying, hey, we're here, we're the new business operators.
We are going to do this after we've sort of picked the place up a little bit, though,
Well,
right?
that's exactly what I'm saying. We have to fix it up. I mean, I would not invite anybody into this place now.
Thank goodness, because it'd be rather embarrassing. Hello, come over, take a look at what we are going to do for Liv, but it's still in this horrible state of disrepair.
No. An actor does not walk out into the stage without his costume and his makeup on, without rehearsing his lines.
So you're going to wear a costume?
That is a ridiculous question, Kiara. Of course I'm going to wear a costume.
I'm just going to look at Bevyn and Anna when he says that.
So, we have turned down the Lord's Alliance. Well, we don't appear to have any other offers on the table. And I have apparently joined the Harpers, so perhaps I should, and I'm at this point I'm kind of looking around like I should look for some Harpers to get a job from.
What are you going to do? Just go down the street, yelling their name?
I'm checking my notes, and I don't recall if I was given any further instruction beyond Mert saying to write my name on the paper and whisper yes or no. Do we know of any like open Harper like headquarters?
No, you wouldn't, because you've literally just joined.
Yeah, so I just continue looking around like, Anna, as a newly minted member of the Harper's organization, I believe that my job is to simply be ready for when they call upon me, which of course will be sometime soon, I'm sure.
Does anyone want to take bets?
On what?
When they'll actually ask for his help. My bet is 2 weeks. 3. Once they get down the list, you know?
Way down the list.
Well, you never know. They might need his cat-like reflexes for something sooner than you realize. Maybe.
Just hope there's no shiny things.
Or maybe there's something fishy going on.
You all realize I can hear you, yes?
Absolutely.
You're still there, 6.
All right, GM intrusion, because these puns are getting terrible. As you're all standing there, kind of gaping back and forth, this incredibly large, incredibly drunk half orc, kind of out of my way, human, and kind of pushes you, Bevyn, out of the way. He's huge. I mean, you're pretty sure he's not even half orc. It's like he's like Goliath orc kind of got together with some really sweet lute music and created this monstrosity.
So as he pushes by me, I pickpocket him.
Okay.
19.
Give me a second here. Your perception with disadvantage. Yeah, he doesn't really. So as you kind of zip through his stuff, you find about 2 gold, and you find a really strange thing. It's a small ball about the size of, I don't know, just like an oversized marble.
How
And
deep
it
did you
just-
dig in his pockets?
I reached into his pocket and found a ball and a strange thing. So
Well, it's a ball. It's a ball, but it's made made entirely out of metal. And even though it should be heavy, it doesn't feel heavy.
okay, I'm just gonna secret it away into my tunic at this point.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna turn it to Anna and just kind of wink.
All right. So then you guys are now free to go wherever you wish.
So we're gonna fix this place up then.
The sooner the better, quite frankly.
Cleaning montage.
Yay!
All right. Cue 80s inspirational pop music, if that was ever a thing. As you guys go down, like as you guys begin cleaning up the tavern area, and like as Six, as you kind of begin gathering up like old, cracked, and broken plates, as you begin to like kind of sweep and dust the area, you find that some of it's already been dusted. Same with broken pieces of furniture. You find whoever would be kind of scooping up like these busted pieces, you'd find that some of them have already been kind of either put together or kind of sorted out so it's easier to carry. It's these little tiny things that that have been like getting to kind of like get the place kind of clean. I'm assuming you guys would do this for the rest of the afternoon up until like kind of dinner time.
Yeah, while I was doing that, I probably would have gone up to my room and up into the turret area that's in there.
Okay.
And I'm going to take out my little bird, write my name, and whisper yes, and send it on its merry little way. And then I'm also going to take a separate scrap of paper and I'm going to write a little note on it to Liff, basically saying, "You're always welcome here in this turret," and just kind of leave it as a means of sort of starting to set up a little place just for him.
Okay. After you've kind of done all that, and you kind of see this little blue paper bird fly away. Yeah, I know, right?
I just tweeted.
You did just tweet. There you go. As you guys begin cleaning up, it actually goes fairly well. However, you guys are definitely tired. A lot of, mopping, sweeping. By the end of it, looking at this place, all the broken furniture is out. You have 2 tables, 6 chairs that are in like a good enough shape that you could sit on. As far as cutlery or plates, bowls, pretty much none of them were good. You had to basically throw all that out, and yeah, other than that, you've gotten rid of the pony casks, the kind of like fair-sized casks with wine and ale that have gone off to a point where I'm not even going to describe the smell because so that's all away, and you now have a fairly clean but very empty tavern. Yeah.
What was the total that
All in? Like you're talking
no
all in, or
we
just
spoke,
to
we
fix up the
spoke
joint?
to
Micken?
Micken, yeah.
Yep.
He quoted us, I think he said it was going to take a 10-day,
That is correct.
and I believe he quoted us 1,000 gold pieces.
Yep.
Also correct.
So I kind of picture us all sitting there a little dusty and maybe having spent that, like you said, the whole day just focusing on work, and we're kind of sitting there like the end credit scene of the Avengers, just all quietly sitting at the table and looking
Talking about falafel.
looking a little tired. It was shawarma, wasn't it?
Was it shawarma? I can never remember.
Sitting there all just tired and wore out from all the cleaning. So I have been keeping a very close accounting of the monies we have earned together. And we do have enough in our party funds to be able to pay Micken to do the rest of the carpentry work here in the tavern, so that we can go off and do other things instead of cleaning every day like this. It will, of course, aside from your individual purses, it will, of course, deplete our party funds down to... well, if we pay the full 1,000 gold right up front to Micken, we will have 38 gold and 6 silver pieces left. But in a 10-day, we will have a fully operational, ready-to-run tavern.
So we need to come up with the money to pay the guilds and to hire the staff then.
But again, if we... Yes, well, so I think while Micken and his people are doing the work to fix up the tavern, we can be doing other work. We can find other work out there. I could probably make a little bit of coin performing on the street. You know, I'm not that bad. But I don't know if it's enough to fill our coffers very much. Does anybody else have any other ideas for increasing our money?
Well, I could always check and see if there's anyone who needs tutoring for their children.
I have some contacts I could reach out to. Hannah, you want to come with? You know a few of these folks too.
Yeah, I'll help Bevyn.
So, I will go talk to this Micken and make arrangements then for him to begin work. Yes?
Well, frankly, it's what we're going to need to do to get things going, isn't it?
I'm feeling like this. I'm going to need to buy a nice leather journal because I feel like this is a moment that should have been documented, in which the four of us unanimously agreed on a thing.
You mean to go our separate ways?
To spend the money to fix up the tavern. You all agreed with me. You know what? I'm going to go find Micken before you all change your mind. And I'm going to get up and I'm going to head out.
I'll go with him just to be sure.
You know, I don't need a babysitter.
I didn't say you needed a babysitter. But I did tell him I wanted to see him before.
Well, you said it in a way that made it sound like I'll go with him to keep an eye on him. You know, I don't need to have a leash on me.
Dungeon Master thinks Six totally needs a babysitter. And so with that, we watch as Six and Kiara make their way down to the stone house. And as Bevyn and Anna do their cool roguey, disappear in a puff of smoke, we're going to take a break. And just sit tight, grab some water, grab a snack, Mountain Dew, Cheetos, you do you, and we'll be back in a few minutes. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us, and we'll see you soon.
All right, hang tight. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Welcome. So, as the puff of smoke and Anna and Bevyn go off to do what Anna and Bevyn do so well, we're going to focus on Kiara and Six. As you guys make your way down, the streets are, still fairly lively. At this point in time, it's probably closer to 6, 7 o'clock kind of. So, the sun is just starting to set. It's becoming dusk. As you make it to the stone house, you walk into the guild hall, and Micken is standing right there, getting ready to leave, but he looks very, very pensive, and he kind of stares at you two for a second. And sorry, we are just about to close up. Can I help you with something really quick?
Oh, it's nothing that needs to be, no work that needs to be begun immediately. I am 6 days into summer. We spoke the other day, yesterday, in fact. I think it or was it earlier today?
Yes, of course. Yes, you wish to get your tavern. You wish to get the what would you call it? The someone's in.
The Nobody's Inn, formerly
Nobody's in.
Formerly
Right.
the Troll Skull.
Right. Okay. I believe. Let's have a look. And so he kind of opens up this large ledger and kind of begins flipping through pages. Yes. 1,000 gold. Wait. Are you a bard?
Six absolutely cannot resist it. As soon as he says, "Are you a bard?" a big smile crosses his face. And I bow. Why, of course I am. 6 days into summer. Sword dancer. At your service.
He kind of looks around. Look. How about, instead of 1,000 gold, we make it 900, and perhaps you may do a small favor for me.
What kind of favor exactly are you talking about?
It is my daughter's 5th name day today, and it would mean the world to me if you could perform for her at her name day party. It's just a bunch of young children, and I'm sure we had asked for a bard, and that bard got sick, and if you'd be able to take over for her, that would be fantastic.
Well, I have to say that I definitely very much would be willing to do this, but 5th name day, you say?
Yes.
I am a sword dancer.
You know what? That's fine. The young, we'll figure something out on the way. My carriage is just over here. If you both want to hop on, would you mind terribly, Miss?
It's Kiara.
Right. Yes. Would you mind terribly? I'm in a real bind, and I don't want to.
Oh, this party is now, tonight.
It's happening right now, and she's expecting a bard, and I can. There was a costume that went along with it, and it was at our place, and I had brought it along with me. I was
Say
just
no
hoping.
more. You have found the bard for your daughter's name day party.
Oh, bless Timora, thank you. All right, great. Just come with me, and he leads you to this carriage, and you see now there's a driver kind of in this like kind of enclosed carriage. I'll ride up top. The costume is inside the carriage. If you could just get into that, and just meet there, just play with the children and have some fun and play some games and have some punch and then it's all fine.
Is there room for me to sit with you up there so he can change in privacy?
Yes, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yes.
All right.
But it seems you have a performance. Timora smiles on all of us, doesn't she?
All right. So wait. So the costume is inside the carriage?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So then I will get in there and look for this costume. I must say, Six the Bard is incredibly excited about this. Jake the player is very apprehensive about this.
That's fair. That's totally fair. So that's what you see inside. Replete with with ribbon and all the other bits.
Pretty much all the accessories that would normally accompany.
Yep.
That's a thing.
Yep.
You know what? Six has absolutely no qualms about this, and will very happily place this costume. Will very happily don this costume.
Remember, not all heroes wear capes. And so as the carriage makes its way and you're busy trying to get changed and kind of fold up your extremely beautiful suit. Let's not, beautiful.
Hey, it's no blue crushed velvet and gold vest.
True.
Tuxedo, but.
And so as you fold it up, it takes a little while. It takes a good 10 minutes, and it's right in the kind of the south ward, but kind of a nicer area. You can tell. Kind of stops in front of this this very lovely looking townhome. And in the meanwhile, just kind of making Micken is making small talk with you, Kiara. Like, I was so nervous. I thought the missus would boil me alive, but once again, Timora's blessings. Oh,
absolutely.
And plus, I don't want to disappoint my daughter. I just love her so much, and well, anyway.
Oh, of course we'd do whatever we could for our children, wouldn't we?
Oh, most certainly. I'm so glad that 6, was it?
Yes, 6
is very agreeable to this. It's just rough, and it's yeah. So you eventually stop, gets down off the carriage, and he doesn't open it yet. He doesn't open the carriage door yet, and he's like, "Just let me go get the children." And so he kind of rushes inside into the townhome and into the home, and you can hear him calling out to all the children and whatnot. And come out, children! There's someone we want you to meet. And so you see a bunch of little 5-year-old kids, and they're all dressed up in their nicest attire, and some of them are wearing full little tiny doublets and really nice pants and everything else, and they all look nice. And a couple of them are holding each other's hands because they're shy, and they're all kind of coming in and up and stuff, and so hang on, dearie, hang on. And he kind of brings the birthday girl up, and she's wearing this really cute little floppy hat and stuff. And he comes up. Allow me to introduce Precious for your name day. Quick, what's a name? And he's whispering it to you, 6.
Princess Penelope.
Princess Penelope, and kind of opens up the carriage door. And as you take a step out, what do you look like?
6 steps out delicately, carefully holding hands to the side so that his beautiful, poofy, pink, silken chiffon skirts do not catch in the door of the carriage. As he steps through, he releases his hands and the skirts fluff out. There's a sort of white and pink corset, poofy pink shoulders, a little tiara, and a little fan that 6 holds up to his face. Hello, children!
And all of them just rise up and cheer, and you could see the birthday girl, like there are tears in her eyes, and she's so happy, and she's like, daddy, it's a princess, and she's like just seems so happy. And I'm not gonna drag this on too long, but as you go in, and you talk with the children, and and they all play games, and they have just a great time. The birthday girl who you find out her name is Katie ends up falling asleep kind of in your lap as you're telling them stories, and it's just lovely. And at the end of it, Micken comes up to you when it's all said and done. He kind of hands you your clothes so you can get changed in the house instead of trying to get changed into a carriage. And he says, thank you. You've made my little girl really happy. Tell you what, I believe the price we quoted on was 800. Was that right?
That is quite correct.
Thank you again. And he kind of places a huge, meaty, callus-encrusted hand on your shoulder. And he kind of, as you kind of go off to get changed, you can hear her even through tired voice. I got to meet a princess, and she kind of falls asleep in his arms. He kind of goes up.
Before they go, can I put my hand on her back, and I'm just going to give her a quick little blessing that she has luck for her full year.
All right. And that would be, that what that'll do is I'm gonna say that she'll have very good luck for the entire year. But it'll take 2 long rests for you to bring back your lucky Luckerson.
As Micken is walking away with his sleepy daughter, I just whisper to him, more so not to wake the sleeping child. Can I keep these costumes?
Yes, of course, if you want. I doubt the bard will even remember it. She was really quite ill. Not in the dress, though, thankfully. That would have been...
If perchance she does, you can send her my way. But otherwise, I will keep it. And I will go in to get changed and take careful care of my pink princess outfit, which I'm adding to my inventory.
Damn, Skippy. That is yours now. That is a thing.
That means I can call you my pretty princess.
That is totally something you can, and Jake, that's really good sportsmanship of you.
Had you wanted to role play out 6's performance, I would have told a variation of a children's fairy tale of an evil ogre and the princess and the dragon and
a talking donkey.
I think yes, there's absolutely a talking donkey.
Unfortunately, though, you might this might get hit for
no, it's called Drek.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
We're fine.
That's perfect. Actually, it's never a more perfect title was named. So as you you get back in the carriage, and you can just let the driver know wherever you want to get let off. And we switch now over to Anna and Bevyn. Where are you guys headed?
And you have to remind me, was there any place other than the yawning portal that I was told we could find Davil?
No.
Okay,
no,
so then we're heading for the yawning portal.
All right, back to the WP. So as you head back to the yawning portal, you do see Davil. This time, he's with Yagra. They're both sitting there having a drink. You can see that Yagra is kind of trying to goad Davil into an arm wrestling contest, and Davil's just smiling and shaking his head no. Let's just see. He kind of noticing him, and really quickly says, well, you can stand there staring, or you can come over and sit down.
I'll purposefully stand and stare for an extra count or two, and then move over to the table.
And you see, you can't see Davil's feet, but he kicks away 2 chairs to help, to let you guys come in and sit down. So you brought a friend?
I did. This is Anna. She's an associate of mine.
He just kind of nods. All right,
we work together.
Well, that's lovely. So
we thought over what you proposed the other day. I like what you had to say, and I think I'd like to see how we can work together.
All right. Look, we have low-level mercs. We have a few cutthroats, some cut purses, a few thieves, blah, blah, blah. But if I think that you're really Zentarum material, that's going to require a bit of a test.
What do you have in mind?
Well, you want to be part of the Zentarum?
Pretty sure that's what I just said.
Okay. He looks over. You see that server over there? And he points at Bonnie.
I do?
Okay, kill her. Right here, in front of everyone. Kill her. Take your blade out. Drag it across her throat, slowly. Watch her bleed out. Walk away.
I'm not taught you with thieves.
I'm only fucking with you. Don't worry about it.
And I have this. Are you nuts?
I half expected this to look over and see Anna already on her way.
Just halfway there.
Expected just to hear screams in the yawning portal wait, I was only joking. Oh. Well then, this is the thing now. So, look. Tell you what. If you want a job, I do have one for you. It's relatively easy. Maybe. Down in the Dark Wards, someone's killing elven, half-elven sailors. 3 of them, I think, so far. Each one decapitated, dead of night. So, I'm thinking that the City Watch could use a bit of help. I want you to go down there, find out what the hell is going on, and, well, put a bloody stop to it.
You're helping the City Watch? Isn't that not? what you
Bevyn-
guys do?
Bevyn, your friend here is pretty thick. You sure she's up for it?
She is.
Right, but to answer your question, there are two types of Zentarum in Waterdeep. There's Zentarum, led by myself, and the rest of the Doom Raiders, who is an adventuring party we used to all go and do. And there's a group that is desperate and starved for power that is trying to split up my very, very lovely organization. Zentarum, us, the real Zentarum, we don't want to work against anyone. Do you know how hard it is to try and get anything done when you're being constantly hounded by the City Watch? Have you ever looked up in the sky in Waterdeep? I mean, have you? Have you really went and looked up around the sky? No, you clearly haven't. Because if you had, you would have seen the Griffin Riders up there circling round, making sure that everything is on the up and up. Waterdeep isn't some place that is completely lawless. You can just go do whatever you want. I mean, this isn't Luskin, you know. This is a very, very clean, very, very powerful, and very well-protected city. Yes, we do things not exactly on the up and up from time to time, but for the most part, we keep our noses clean. We'll help the City Watch when needed. We'll help nobility when needed. And we'll do it for money. We just don't care about some altruistic bullshit. And he kind of like thumbs over it. You see Gelester Silvermane sitting at the table. We don't need some altruistic bullshit or something to believe in. We're not the Emerald Enclave where we do everything for Waterdeep and all the little plants that reside there. For us, it's gold. So if you want to come do something with us, then that's what I'll have you do. You'll pay 50 gold each. Now you can bring your mates with you if you want. Not paying them. But whoever's an actual member of the Zentarum, you get paid for the work you do. Clear as mud?
Clear as mud.
Right.
Good. So that's why we help the City Watch. When they know that we're on their side, it allows us more flexibility. The walls seem to push out a bit more. Right, well, unless you're here to buy me a drink, I don't know, fuck off. And he goes back to drinking.
So I'll get up and walk out.
Anna would follow.
What time are we at here?
It's probably around 8:30 at this point.
Okay. So as we get outside, I'll just turn to Anna. To the docks then?
I guess. It's not quite what I expected. He
Oh, there-
isn't.
What was that?
He isn't quite what I expected.
Listen, Anna. These guys have their fingers all throughout the city, but they're kind of tick. We play our cards right. We can do a lot. I don't think there's a lot of tinkers in this outfit. They think they know what they're doing, but they don't.
Sure sounds like it. Yeah. All right, to the docks.
We will go to the docks.
And as you make your way down and you kind of begin to walk around through the docks and, you know, kind of around the general places where most sailors will go wandering about. As you kind of make your way, you see quite a lot of different sailors: dwarven, human, halfling. You do see a few elves and a few half elves, but nothing really. Like, basically, you kind of you're patrolling the area essentially, and for the most part, it gets to be 1, 2 in the morning. Excuse me. It gets to be extremely late, and you're both starting to feel really tired. Do you want to go, or do you want to keep looking?
So we don't
You don't
see
really
any.
You don't really see anything. You don't see anything suspicious.
Okay.
Maybe we should ask some people tomorrow.
Right. If something happens, maybe we can come down and see in the morning, but doesn't look like there's much going on right now. It's been a long day. I think it's time to get some rest.
So, as you guys kind of make your way back, like begin to make your slowly and very tiredly make your way back, we're just going to jump back in time just a little bit to Kiara and Six. So as you're sitting there, where do you tell the driver to take you? Like back home?
I would think back to the inn, considering we have a big poofy pink dress.
Oh, I mean, it's all carefully tucked away.
Oh yeah,
But-
suit, hung up, suit bag and everything else.
But yeah, I mean, I imagine we would go back to the to our homestead.
So as you arrive, and as you walk out, you feeling wonderful, Kiara, you trying to stifle many laughs, many giggles, all the giggles. Something catches your eye. You see a light underneath, or like a light just like at the bottom crack of the door to the actual tavern.
I think someone's left the light on for us.
Perhaps Bevyn and Anna have returned and are still in the are in the tavern for some reason.
How much do you want to tell them about tonight?
What do you mean? Why would I not tell them the entire thing? It was a wonderful party.
It was absolutely adorable.
And I looked fabulous.
Oh, you were the prettiest of the pretty princesses there were.
So, I imagine I'm going to run up the stairs eagerly, wanting to tell Bevyn and Anna the wondrous tale of adventure and dance and tea parties with tiny little people.
As you open the door, you see a very familiar person. You kind of see an individual. He's wearing an outfit not quite as fanciful or as as not ostentatious. Well, yeah, pretty much. Not as ostentatious as you, but still fairly nicely dressed. And you recognize him because this is your friend, Three Strings, Matrim. And it took me a second. And he's kind of sitting, like leaning up with his feet up on one of the table, like kind of leaning back on a chair. And he's just strumming this harp. And normally he plays, much to his namesake, a 3-string lute. However, he is playing this like kind of beautiful gilded silver harp. And he stops for a second and kind of looks and puts the harp down and said, "So, I see you've been busy. Is that a princess outfit?
Oh,
Okay.
this? Yes, of course it is.
Are you holding it for someone? You know what? You know what? That's okay. That's okay. I'm not here to question or judge you in any way, shape, or form.
And why would you? You know that I will do any kind of performance that I need to. Because I have range.
Phrasing. Anyway, I am here to present you, and he kind of pulls out this like small inlaid dark wood box, very beautiful, and kind of opens it up, and you see two small pins, both in the shape of silver harps. Allow me to welcome you to the Hoppers. And he kind of like pulls back a bit of a this kind of like bit of a cape, and he was also wearing a silver harp. Well, I suppose you have questions, and I'm not going to lie. This is kind of all new for me. I've never actually, been someone's helper or. Look, I've not done this before, okay? But now that you've joined, Mert and the other higher members of the Hoppers wish you both to do a small mission.
Do. Go on.
I'm sorry, Mert thought this would be funny, but I need you, the Hoppers need you to go see a horse about a man.
That seems pretty straightforward.
God, the puns are terrible. Anyway, one of the local drays. You need to question one of the local drays that are working in the city. I believe it's with the Dung Sweepers Guild. Anyway, she's usually down in the trade ward.
Wait a moment. Wait, hold on. Am I to understand you correctly? You were not just being facetious, but...
No, we really want you to see a horse about a man.
You want us to go question a horse?
We want you to go question a horse. Of course.
Okay. Of course. I was just making sure I was hearing you correct.
But no one could talk to a horse, of course.
Unless, of course, that horse, of course...
You know what? You're all dead. I'm just...
You opened that door.
I did. Actually, that's entirely my fault. But I digress.
And we all laughed about it. So anyway, you would have us go question a Dre.
Yes. Her name is Maxine. Just find her and see if she's learned the identity of any Zentarum operatives, and if so, just determine their whereabouts. We can then contact the City Watch, and you get the idea.
Where was this?
In the Trades District, or in the Trades Ward. She works with the Dung Sweepers Guild.
Excellent. Well, Three Strings. This is an interesting turn of events. So you are new to the Harpers or new to issuing out orders?
New to issuing out orders. I, to be perfectly honest, I thought that being a Harper would be grand and and it is for the most part. But I basically look out for members of the Xanathar's Guild or the Zentarum, and be all sneaky like and spy on them. But to be honest, I've had my hands full. I've been, that the the Golden Strings competition is coming up at high harvest time, and apparently they're thinking about canceling it this year. One of the taverns has fallen into disrepair, and we would like very much to keep it going. There's a fair person involved in it, and it'd be nice, but...
So you don't have your location anymore?
No, one of our locations has closed up. I believe it was the Galloping Minotaur, something to that effect.
How soon would you be having this competition?
I would imagine I would know when the Golden Strings competition is.
Yeah, it's usually in about 10 days, from around now or tomorrow.
So, you are in need of a venue, a tavern with a space to perform and have room for patrons.
Yes. Like, well, one of the taverns. I mean, it's one tavern in each ward, and unfortunately, how it works now is that the North Ward was closed for the longest time, and then we had 2 in the Sea Ward, but now the one in the Sea Ward is closed down. There was some weird talk about some strange cult going there. I don't know. But anyway, now we need either another one in the Sea Ward or another one...
In the North Ward?
Well, I mean, this place is a far cry from a bustling, fanciful tavern.
Well, for the next 10 days, perhaps.
Tell you what, Three Strings. You come here. Right back here to this place. In a 10-day.
All right.
You see what you see. And perhaps you will have yourself a new venue.
Well, if that's the case, yes, I can speak with the Guild of Musicians. Yeah, I guess I'll see what I can do.
I'm assuming you had a contract with the previous tavern for performing there?
Well, no, it was more of everyone kind of lined up, put their name forward. Someone would come around to inspect the tavern to make sure that it was worthy of a Golden Strings competition venue, and to make sure that there was enough seating. And, well, 6 chairs isn't exactly going to do it. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I know. In a 10-day. But yeah, we'll have someone come around, inspect, make sure that it's all up to some bullshit standard, and then yes, you can have a venue here. I mean, you're guaranteed to have standing room only. At least every tavern I've ever been in for the Golden Strings competition has been at least 30, 40, 50 people over the capacity. Lots of drinks, lots of money.
My eyes are already glazing over as I look around, imagining this place filled to the brim with people. People laughing, singing, playing musical instruments, applauding, drinking. And of course, I imagine myself in the midst of one of these crowds of laughing, celebrating people. To Three Strings and Kiara, I'm probably just going... just that distant look on my face and a smile, and...
He's doing that thing again.
I'm definitely purring.
Something tells me he's liking this idea.
You know,
You always want to scratch his chin, don't you?
Not really, no. I know where that chin's been.
Uh,
But, right, well, I have given you your mission. Welcome to the Harpers. You may keep the decorative darkwood box. Please, one thing, if you are going to wear your Harper's pin, totally fine, completely understand. Please ensure that you do cover it up. We're the worst kept secret in Waterdeep. Anyway.
Practice discretion. You're telling me that I need to make sure he's discreet.
Right. Well, you see, in Six's case, it's more of a look at everything else without looking at the one thing that you should be looking at. He's like a living embodiment of sleight of hand. It's wonderful. Anyway, I need to go. I'm going to play some music and drink. So I shall bid you all adieu, and good luck speaking to your talking horse.
Yes, we'll see you in a 10-day.
Right. Well, not me. Just you have to speak to the guild. To the yeah. And
we'll make sure we contact the guild to come and have the place inspected.
So, as he leaves, you folks are left to your own devices. The only thing that was lit up was a like the hearth was kind of going. It still is.
Well, what time is it?
At this point, it's probably around 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Well, I need to go take care of. I need to go hang this up.
Oh yes, make sure you keep it in a nice, safe place so it doesn't get wrinkled.
Would you like to keep this? And I hold out the decorative darkwood box that our pins were handed to us in.
Yes, I think I actually might. Thank you.
I will give that to you, and then I am going to head upstairs to take care of my pretty pink princess outfit.
I love it.
You're on cloud 9. You're like MVP, this guy. All right, and what about yourself, Kiara?
I'm gonna head up to my room, and I'm actually going to go to the turret to see if anything has been left behind on my message.
You see kind of scrawled, like very messily, just in that way that, you know, someone without a body is trying to use a pen. It just says, may I have a book, please?
I'm going to see the note. I'm going to leave the box next to the note, and I'm going to go down into the study and see if I can notice any books that might be a little bit more worn and well used to hint towards something he might have appreciated reading.
All right. Make me an investigation check.
And that's going to be a 9.
All right. You see a great deal many worn books all around. You see one that seems to be treatises on pole fighting versus ogres. You see another one that says alchemy and the arcane. You see another one that is all about the life cycle of the Dalish bloatfly. You see a couple of what look to be like fiction novels. One of them about a plucky young dwarf who seems to get himself into trouble. It's like Durdnar's Adventures. Seems to be a book for like kind of like more youthful. And as you're kind of looking around, you see like one book, you actually hear it right beside you, kind of like, and it hits the ground. Looks to be a simple black leather hard covered book.
I'm going to pick it up.
All right. As you pick it up, you notice that it is, well, it's upside down. But as you flip it over, you see that it is beautifully embossed in this kind of like silver silver script. You see what looks to be a cameo of like two people kind of holding each other with like this like kind of like this kind of flame motif just in the background, and it's this beautiful stylized silver script. It just says hot brimstone, a Waterdeep Wazoo bestseller.
Out of character. Damn you.
Thank you.
In character. Kiara will probably like raise her eyebrow and like nod in approval. And I'm going to take it upstairs to the turret and leave it next to the note we've started and write any other requests.
Actually, by the time you make it up there, you notice that something else has been scrawled on, and it's just one simple word, and it's just thanks.
All right, of course.
So as you kind of head back down, you two are now free for the rest of your evening. I don't know if you guys want to go to sleep or do anything else.
It's been a very busy day. I imagine after I take care of my dress, I will ready myself for bed.
All right. And what about yourself, Kiara?
I'm probably going to be doing the same thing, just tucking in for the night.
Sounds good. Both of your beds are already folded down, like they're already turned down. And as you kind of get into bed, like in both your areas, like a little fire just goes in each one of your fireplaces, which is strange because it's like there's no ignition source. It's not really gas fireplace or anything. It just pops up into existence. Bevyn and Anna, on your way back from the docks, I would like one of you to roll me a D100.
You want to do that, or you want me to roll my thunder dice?
Roll them. Make a noise.
50.
As I felt that in my chest. Okay. As you guys are walking back, you both just get this weird sense of someone looking at you, like someone's watching you. You're feeling watched on the way back, and as you clear the dock ward, you begin walking your way up the castle into the castle ward. There we go. No, sorry, the trades ward. On your way back, what would you like to do?
So I will again use Thieves' Cant to signal to Anna that I think somebody's tailing us or watching us. I think my exact quote is, "I always feel like somebody's watching me." Whoa.
DM approves of this. Anna doesn't seem like she quite gets it. and that's why we're old.
You would just see the slightest nod from Anna as she would try and kind of look, but subtly look around.
All right, make me a perception check.
22.
Okay. As you look around, you just catch the barest glimpse of a dark, like clad figure, kind of like pivoting into an alley and just off. But for the barest of moments, you saw an individual. Like, I know the only time an individual would do that is, "I've been spotted," and turning around to zip on in.
Well, I suppose he saw that we saw him. Hopefully, that's the end.
Right? Better keep a lookout, though.
Right. You know, we could talk to Six and Kiara, get them to help us with this. It doesn't smell like, you know.
Well, there's no outright thievery. You can just tell them we heard about some killings and we wanted to look into it.
Yeah.
We've already done that a couple of times.
Maybe we saw a board and they offered a reward for anyone who had any information.
I like that idea.
Get some more eyes.
Right. Keep them out of the loop for now. But
Right.
I think they can be a good help to us.
And how close are we to the tavern?
At this point, I would say that you're probably around 10, 15 minutes away. So I would say that just having a quick look, you're probably just passing the market on the high road, which is like the more well-lit kind of road, like the main road.
No offense, but I don't want to go back to the tavern for the night. I got somewhere else to go. So
I understand.
I'll see you in the morning.
Hey, Anna.
And then she just kind of like shakes her head and smiles, like she's like, can't believe we're in with them. And just kind of wanders off.
Okay. Bevyn, are you you're heading right back to?
Yeah, be heading back.
So as you head back late at night, you can hear Six's adorable cat snores going through basically through where you are, as you kind of make your way up and into I believe it's the master bedroom. Is your bedroom?
Yeah, the one that's next to the study. Correct.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So
while I'm heading back, though, I am going to reach into my tunic and grab the marble that's not a marble, and just finally get a chance to look that over and see if I can figure out if I have any idea what it is.
Sure. Make me an Arcana check.
That would be a 5.
Yeah, it's a ball
Okay.
made of iron. Kind of neat looking.
Put it back in my tunic and continue on home.
Fair ball. So yeah, you make your way in. You go into the bedroom. You already, not only can you see, like when you go in, it's like the bedroom is lit. The bed again is already turned down. And though there's a fire kind of going, there's also the sconces are also lit around in the private bath. You can actually see it through the double fireplace. And you can kind of smell this like lavender kind of almost like a very flowery scent.
Coming from the bath area?
Yeah.
In the middle of the night?
Yep.
Yeah, this feels kind of shining to me, but yeah, I mean, it definitely doesn't feel right to Bevyn, but he's gonna quietly go inspect.
As you walk in, you see that someone has drawn a bath.
Hot brimstone.
Do I see anything else in the room?
No.
Okay. Bev's just gonna kind of look around and then back slowly out of the bathroom and head back to his room.
All right, fair enough. So, the bed is already turned down. Little fire kind of like as soon as you hop into bed, fire kind of begins to like go up, warming the room nicely. And it doesn't take you long through the flickering light of the fireplace for you to fall asleep. And you, Anna, where are you headed?
She is headed to where she knows that Nizma lives or is.
You know that Nizma, when she's not generally attending to whatever like all God's church is, she generally stays at the Holy Hands house, which is both an inn and a church of all of all lesser faiths or like smaller gods. It is also a place for like, think of it like if you made a chapel and a hostel and kind of like put them together. So any like, like people on like religious pilgrimages they can stop at the Holy Hands house. They stay for free. And then, they can pray to whatever God they choose to follow, and then they carry on. You know that Nizma generally stays in there. She stays there for free because she assists and helps.
Yeah, she would head there.
Okay. So Nizma, you can see that Nizma, even though it's late, she's up, and you can see that she's kind of sweeping the kind of area of the floor. She like even for a bit older of a dwarf, she still retains that strength. Like she's lifting pews up with one hand and kind of just sweeping under it, and just kind of like getting everything all nice.
She's gonna try and sneak in without Nizma noticing her to try and
Be a jerk
behind her.
Sure. All right, roll for stealth, and I will roll for perception.
Okay, I got a 23.
All right. She's sweeping, and you're kind of moving stealthily, gracefully, like just you almost know where each knot in the floor is, and you're just avoiding it. She's sweeping, and you see her kind of stop for a second, and she puts her broom, like kind of holds her broom like a spear. Once that would have worked on me, but I tell you, young lady, you will not sneak up on me. And she turns around, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
That's 20.
All right. You just are able to move out of the way as she kind of like bops you, or attempts to like bop you in the stomach with this broom handle.
I was just going to say you missed a spot.
Oh, I bet you were. Oh, come here. And she kind of walks over towards you and kind of gives you this really, really like strong embrace. Like you can almost feel a couple of your vertebrae kind of like popping and just like, ugh.
Anna doesn't let go for a while, and Nizma can start to feel the rise and fall of Anna's chest begin to be more sporadic.
Oh, Anna. Oh, come here. And you see she grabs like this like heavy oaken pew with just one hand and just like pulls it right over and just sit down. What's wrong? What's wrong? And she's kind of even though she's a dwarf, she's a bit shorter. She is still kneeling a bit, and she's got her like both her hands on your knee. What is it?
I don't want to talk about it. I just need somewhere. She's saying this like kind of through hiccups, but she's looking down.
You know you're always welcome here. But tell me what's wrong? What has your heart so heavy?
Something came up today. Something I had never thought I would need to face.
What is it?
I hurt someone very, very much who didn't deserve to be hurt. And they forgave me. And that is what is the most upsetting, is that they forgave me.
Oh dear. I understand you're upset. I do. I really do. It was very nice. They've forgiven you. It is hard to forgive. It's not so easy that you can just let it go. You know, I know you don't like it when I preach, but, you know, Erinar True Silver, you know, she does say that even though love has its ups and downs, sometimes if we try really hard through the storm of emotion, we can find peace. I understand you want a place to rest. You know, you're going to have my bed tonight. I still need to clean up and everything. You've gone and got tears all over the floor, and, well, somebody's has to clean that top now, don't we?
Anna kind of smiles at that. I'll be out of your hair in the morning.
Dearie, you'd never be in my hair to begin with. I love you like me own. And she stands up, which by her standing up, she's pretty much at your height, and she kind of like grabs you, you know, by the sides of your face and kind of kisses your forehead. Now, you go ahead and you get yourself all rested up. You never mind nothing, and I'll make you breakfast in the morning. Would you like that? Oh, and then maybe, if you'd like, you could help me with maybe cleaning some of these rooms, if you wouldn't mind too terribly.
I knew you were going to get me to do something in here.
Well, that's right. Of course. You know, hearth and home is a great thing, but to be a good guest is most important of all. And that, and I'll tan your hide.
Yeah. All right.
Now go on. You know which room is mine. Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks. And Anna would head up.
And as you go in, settle in, and go to sleep in a very simple straw kind of mattress. It's not exceptionally comfortable, but it's not made to be. We look down to Bernard for just a moment, to Nizma, as she looks up and watches you kind of like go to bed. She smiles, and you see for just a fleeting moment her face change, and you see the kind of wry smirk from Ingra as it turns back to Nizma. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
For those wondering,
Ooh.
the novel that Kiara found.
Oh, God. Ay, ay, ay.
There's the novel that Kiara found in the library.
Yes, her poor friend Cantriel.
Yep, it's a bit of an inside. Yep, hot brimstone. It's a bit of an inside joke for our Sunless Citadel game on Thursdays that Mike had to bring into this one.
Well, the Waterdeep Times. I mean, now technically there is a newspaper in Waterdeep, and it is called the Waterdeep Wazoo. So it is Waterdeep Wazoo's bestseller, Hot Brimstone.
That's canon now.
Oh boy,
that's what I said. I said it's canon now. That's
Yep. That was good. That was good. I like. I'm not gonna lie. I was on the edge of my seat that whole as everybody's going to bed because.
Mm-hmm.
It's not very often that you can end a session with everybody just going to bed.
Yeah.
I half expected to find the half rotten reanimated corpse of Evelyn Rosnar.
Oh,
Waiting for me.
Oh my God, you're a monster.
I mean,
Jeez.
Have you seen The Shining? I mean, that just dripped of
you know what?
creepy awfulness.
Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, and sometimes sometimes a magic bath is just a freaking magic bath.
Right?
That there's a reason why you're in the master bedroom. It's just hey, the person that sleeps here is home. Well, better and just fill up with water and start bubbling in a nice warm bath. You can just sit there and I mean. That's pretty much all it was. I'm like, well, you're freaking out over this, but all right, let's, sure.
I mean, according to what everybody told me, everybody got attacked the last time we went to sleep. So
there is that.
He's got a point.
There is that.
This is true.
It was very Nightmare on Elm Street-esque.
But,
everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. It has been a wonderful time, as always, to run this game, this huge campaign, which, yes, as soon as we're done with Dargon Heist, we are going right into Dungeons of the Mad Mage. And I'm very excited to do it. I'm going to stop talking because I've talked too much. I'm going to let these incredible players do their little outros.
I do want to say real quick, I'm going to queue up a raid so that when we're done with our outros and as we head into the final channel ID and the post-stream screen, when I activate the raid, we're going to return the raid to Scraticus. Him and Alice are doing a one-on-one kind of behind the DM screen interview with Alice. So we're going to go ahead and raid them. So please stick around. And when you show up in the chat over there, just give a big old all caps metadata. So, all right. How do you want to do this, Mike?
Oh, just go for it. You know what? We're gonna go in reverse order. We'll start with you, Jake,
All
and
right.
then the usual.
Yeah, I'm Jake at MTD_Jake on the Twitters. This is my channel, Mini Terrain Domain. Really, it's our channel. And I mean by our, I mean everybody that's here and you, the audience. Mini Terrain Domain on Twitch and on YouTube, where we like to play games. We love to have you in the audience. And in the new year, there's going to be even more cool stuff happening. Mostly me on other channels, but follow at MTD_Jake as well as everybody else's handles as above their heads here to see what we're all up to. I kick it down to you, Megan.
Right. Hi, I'm Megan. I am one half of the YouTube channel Dice on Ice, and I had a absolute blast with this game. I can't remember the last time we had a combat, and that is just so beautiful and amazing that it's so in depth and so yeah, awesome, great. Had a blast.
Hey, I'm Dwight at Big Bearded Nerd up here, and to echo what Megan just said, I think I rolled my dice twice tonight, which is as many times as I did in the prior 2 sessions. So yeah, but it just playing these characters is amazing to me. Just to be able to, I know I felt like today I kind of got, it especially the character of Bevyn and Anna working together just seems to work really. I feel like we've kind of found that pocket for those 2 characters. So it's a lot of fun to play not just the character but to play off of the other 3 and the DM. So it's just a lot of I think you tend to want to, hey, I'm playing D&D, I want to level up as fast as possible and get on to the next thing and kill some stuff. But just to figure out this story and to tell it together is really, really interesting. And I think we said it in the pre-chat today, but wherever the story goes is where we want to go. It doesn't really matter what that is. It's just we'll figure it out together, and that journey's as exciting as hell to me. So yeah, that's what I got this week. So I'll kick it on up to the Crafting Muse.
Hello, I am V, and as was just said, I'm the Crafting Muse. I have the YouTube channel, The Crafting Muse, big surprise, and that's where I'm going to show you how to make terrain, paint minis, make some game accessories. Just got back from PAX, had a fantastic, not PAX Unplugged, that's the full name there. Just got back. It was an absolutely wonderful time. For those of you who may have been there and bumped into me, thank you so much. I mean, seriously, it's a great convention. So if you're in the Philadelphia area, I do highly recommend considering going there next year, but my brain is mush right now. So I'm just going to leave it at, you can find me on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, and you'll also find me here Monday and Thursday evenings, as well as over on Scratch channel, doing a couple games there too. In fact, we're doing a charity game on Saturday, so please come and check it out. It starts at 1 p.m. and it carries through for 12 hours. That's it.
All right. Well, that being said, thank you so much, everyone. And okay, I gotta try it on. We're gonna end the channel the way he always ends the channel, and you can say it with me if you like. Magic.
And we're going to